Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. You join me today on a pretty brisk morning, hence the big coat with my M140i. I'm actually meeting up today with Jack again, who featured on the Cobra Sport video. We both have the same exhaust now. If you guys watch that video, you'd understand. But they both sound pretty mega. I'm here before him, this is where we're meeting, so I'll probably be able to hear him come around the corner very shortly. But today we're heading up to the Tuning Society, which is in Basingstoke here in Hampshire, because, well, today's video is actually going to be quite informative because there's a known myth or known fact that M140i's generally produce more power than what BMWs say. Now, out of the box, they state that they run about 340. But after kind of speaking to a few fellow M140i owners and kind of having a look through the forums, they can produce up to 380. So that ranges literally anywhere. So I think personally that each one is kind of a little bit different because, well, there's a bit of a fact behind that and some details which I'll tell you a little bit later on. But yeah, it should be good because this car is bone stock performance-wise. Obviously we have the Motec Stance Plus and the Cobra Sport GPF Delete, which theoretically shouldn't really increase the performance at all because, well, it's basically a 2018 car now. So yeah, it should be interesting to see what the car really runs. But anyway, Jack mate, you're late. What are you doing? So anyway, we'll wait for him to turn up and then we'll hit the road and head over to the Tuning Society.
Here he is. I do like this colour. Sounding good. Hey, he's got the Riga diffuser as well. Alex class. So we'll let him park up, say hello, and then got about half an hour, 40-minute drive down to the Tuning Society to get both of these on the dyno. I think it's going to be interesting because both have the same mods. Obviously both have the Cobra Sport GPF Delete. So it'll be interesting to see if there's actually any difference in the power. How are you, mate? You well?
Good, thanks, you?
Yeah, bright and early. Hey, I didn't know that about three-door. You don't have like a surround.
Stores, best bit, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, right, pretty simple drive, right? Up to Basingstoke. Yeah. Gonna be a bit early, I think, but anyway. Cool. Is it right? He's tired. He's exhausted.
So here we are then, we have arrived. Now we have both cars parked up here. They do look quite good together, you know, the grey and the blue. But anyway, we are here at Tuning Society. There is the dyno in there. And I understand some of these cars will probably be going out for a run as well. Nice R35 GTR there. The thing is with GTRs, right, they can look stock, but they could be running like 1,000 brakes. So that would be pretty interesting. We're a bit early to be fair, so I imagine a little bit later on, this will all be full. But hopefully, be able to get the car on the dyno very, very soon. And actually, seeing as we're here now, I could probably speak a little bit more about the 140i. Now, the reason why I was saying that it's a bit of a myth that these run power all over the place is because the B58 that sits under the bonnet was actually built to produce 450 brakes. So basically, what BMW did was detune the M140i and the 240i, so the difference between both of those cars and the M2 was a lot bigger, because if the difference was like 40 horsepower, then people are obviously going to go for the cheaper option. So basically, they are very much capable of running 450 brake, which is pretty interesting, and they are very easy to tune up. I mean, I think you can do a stage 2 with a decat and you'll be 460. But yeah, that is pretty interesting. I'm sure most M140i owners that are watching probably know that already. But yeah, the B58 has been detuned in the 140s and the 240s to basically make the gap a lot bigger between the M lights and the M cars, the M2 mainly. But yeah, there's that anyway. Anyway, I need to go sign on in there, probably grab a coffee, and then hopefully get the car on the dyno pretty damn soon. So as you've seen, Jack's car has just been on the dyno. I'm not going to tell you what it ran just yet because obviously we're now going to be, where's mine? Where is it? There. We're now going to be putting my one on the dyno. It's going to be really interesting to see because what Jack just told me as well is he's on V-Power at the moment. I'll be completely honest with you, I can't remember what fuel I'm on. But either way, I've got half a tank, so you know, we haven't got a lot of weight on board, which is good. But yeah, I can tell you what he ran was pretty good numbers, to be fair. Pretty good numbers indeed. Anyway, we are going to now pop the 140 on the dyno, strap it down, and give it a few runs. I cannot wait for this. See what it really runs. Sounds so much better now. It'll be interesting to see if that's actually going to make any difference whatsoever. I'm sure that's going to be a conversation in the comments, but theoretically, the 18 cars, basically how it's performing now anyway, and obviously the Motec stance is not going to make any difference whatsoever. But there we go, there's Jack's car there. Anyway, get it in. Obviously going backwards onto the dyno. We've got the fans at the front, which obviously still give the car all the cooling that it needs because it's not actually moving. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. Also, I had my Golf R on a dyno. When I had that, this is a completely different story. These run generally a hell of a lot more than what BMWs say. The B58 is an incredibly capable engine and one which is used on quite a few cars actually. I think when it was, well, it's fitted obviously in the Mark V Supra, which runs way above what they really say. But anyway, it's all going to be set up now. Basically what they've got to do is obviously because it's rear wheel drive, they've got to move the rear bit of the dyno back so it goes into the rollers. And then it'll be strapped down at the front. The fan will go here, obviously the extractor fans for the exhaust, and then we'll be able to see the magic number on the board up there. But anyway, yes, we'll let them get all set up, and then we'll get the runs started. So it's incredibly loud in here with the fan, but it's time for the very first run of the 140. Here we go. Come on! Come on! Oh my god! 375 on the back! So, just for reference, that is what Jack made. Holy moly! 375! Okay, so I've got to be honest here, that first run of 375 odd was not valid because the car wasn't completely strapped down, so when he lifted off, basically the wheels span a bit and then, yeah, it was all very confusing. I don't understand this, but basically 375 was not an accurate run. We still made 362, which is better than yours. Hey, language. But yeah, well happy with that. 362 brake from the 140i. It sounds pretty good too. I've no idea if you can hear any of that because obviously the fan has to be pretty strong because, I mean, I think these go up to like 120 on the dyno, so you've got to be sure that there's enough air going into it, and then of course getting all the fumes out. I mean, look at the wall back here as well where all the cars have been running, but yeah, really happy with that. And well, there we go, it's true. M140i's produce more power than what BMW say. I am well happy with that. So there we go, off the dyno it goes, with the figure up there, 362.8 horsepower.
I am pretty pumped about that actually. And what's interesting about this, right, is because both mine and Jack's car, which is over there, both have the GPF deletes. So both have the same modifications, if you can call it a modification. But yeah, again, we still had different results. I think mine produced 3 horsepower more on the valid run. But I think that 375, I'm really tempted to just count that. But obviously I can't really. Theoretically, 362 is what the car is running. But let's just remind us that BMW state that these have, well, 335-ish, 340 brake horsepower. And we've made considerably more than that, which I'm super, super happy about. But yeah, that is great news. Great news. Anyway, you guys may remember this car. This is Will's GTI, which featured on the channel back when I had my Golf R. He compared his car up against mine. He's done a few more modifications to it, so we're going to get that on the dyno next, I think. He's just got a sports car installed. He's got full Cobra exhaust, you see, Cobra tips. Lovely, lovely. Obviously, those are the guys who did the GPF deletes on both of these cars. But yeah, it's good to see that again, and I think it's going to sound pretty good on the dyno. But yeah, super, super happy. I'm going to go inside and get my printout. But yeah, oh, there it is there, in the car. Let's grab that quickly. There we go. 362.8. Oh dear. So in comes the GTI. Actually looks really, really nice and grey with the OZ wheels, red calipers. Really intrigued to see what these make. What did it run stock?
230.
Welcome back to the channel, by the way. You guys may remember Will, 230 stock. Okay, that's interesting. You reckon we'll get 300? Oh yeah, yeah.
I hope so.
I'm going to push the boat out there. It's going to get 300, I reckon. Anyway, let's go inside. Obviously, they're going to get it strapped down, and then let's see what it makes. So actually, as the GTI is being strapped onto the dyno, they've given me the 375 run with a few little indicators to show that basically the car was roller climbing. I think that's the technical, basically, phrase. Actually, if I just put this on the floor quickly. Basically, what that means is the car was sitting higher on the rollers, so it wasn't sat flush on it. So basically, the full weight of the car wasn't on, yet still at full power, because there wasn't as much weight on it. It therefore meant that it was producing more power, if that makes any sense. You can see that because of this really funny shape graph. So that's when it came back down. So basically it was essentially wheel spinning, I guess, and basically not fully on the rollers. So yeah, there we go. That is the funny shape graph, and obviously that would be a much more linear shape than what we're seeing here, but still, that's pretty mega power nonetheless. But 362, I think it was, that we made was pretty mega. But yeah, that is pretty mad numbers, even though it was an invalid run for the car. But yeah, pretty interesting to know. And yeah, thanks again to the guys here at the Tuning Society. Anyway, GTI time. So we were close to 300. Is that going to focus? There we go, 293.9. Still pretty big numbers, and it sounds absolutely awesome as well. But yeah, this fan is really loud, so I'm hoping that you can hear all of the footage. But yeah, 293, not too bad at all. So that, I think, is going to wrap up today's video. Now, I'm actually now at home because of the bad weather and because I was filming another video. Here's a quick sneak peek. Nuts thing. So yeah, because of that, I completely forgot to do an outro. So yeah, I'm at home doing one in my driveway. But anyway, here we are, have with the two printouts. So we have the unofficial run of 375.1
and then the official one of 362.8. I'm actually really happy with that, and it proves that the myth of these things running more than they should is true. Now, yeah, that is that. I think that's going to wrap up today's video anyway. But yeah, pretty happy with those results, if I do say so myself. Anyway, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please do make sure you like and make sure you subscribe. All the adventures